Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, and for our first helping, let's not chicken out of putting all our eggs in one basket with a small review of Earth, it's French for egg, omelette you cook. Meat touching bell pepper on two sides.
Is that a good thing?
Okay, both. I'm looks maxing with bacon.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed by this.
Okay. Omelette you cook. Have you picked up on the pun yet? It took me a few hours. Is a rather delightful, quirky little pixel art indie game in which we are a school cafeteria employee tasked with creating omelettes for the students and faculty, and absolutely bugger all else. Fortunately, omelettes are an extremely versatile food, and you can scatter all kinds of random additional foods over them, such as bell peppers, bacon, cheese, onions, and entire unshelled coconuts. Do you prefer meats or roots?
I'm a roots, especially in the morning. I'm not a huge ton of meat guy in the morning.
Well, we don't have any roots. Yeah, we've just got meat.
Oh, well, shit.
I'm gonna put a fucking coconut on an omelette. I'm a fucking Heston Blumenthal style experimental chef is what I am. The idea is it's a progressive point-scoring roguelite of a model that feels very Balatro adjacent, in which we must maximise the amount of points our omelette toppings create with their unique synergies. Bell peppers get more points if they're touching meat. Feta cheese increases your multiplier while touching crunchy things, etc. in order to fulfill our points quota that increases with each level. Pausing in between levels to buy new boosters and ingredients to add to our deck, as it were. Ah, eggshells. Get off my omelette. Isn't that something we've all said at one time or another? Enjoy your coconut omelette, madam.
Well, you have to eat something shell-like, right? I'm sure there's something you eat that.
Oh yes, I occasionally eat tortoises.
God damn it.
It's rather enjoyable. The way the synergies between ingredients generally involve physically touching each other makes things very intuitive as we try to figure out the most optimal way to arrange them. You can play in, quote, turn-based mode, where everything pauses until you're ready to proceed, but the stated intended mode of play has ingredients going by on a constant conveyor belt, which certainly adds a little more adrenaline to the strategizing. It's like Balatro meets speed chess meets experimental gastronomy. Alright, let's stick a coconut on there.
Yeah.
Woof. Woof. Oh yeah, that little crab sticks having a little sandwich orgy.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, this advertisement for the next game is woofing at me. So by all means give it a look. It almost feels like a joke, like it's trying to prove the point that you can take literally any activity on Earth, apply Balatro-style mechanics to it, and make a compelling game, even if it's making omelettes for school children. Whatever next? A Balatro-style game about shaving your bum cheeks? Don't tell me you can't picture it. I think we might be... Oh, Jesus. Our second game was Umigari, a first-person Japanese horror fishing game that kind of came out of nowhere. You are a lone spearfisher in a mysterious ocean who must catch fish in order to buy speed upgrades for your rusty boat in order to outrun a giant demonic woman fish long enough to reach new areas, each with their own little horror set piece to explore. It's, well, there's certainly not much one could compare it to. In spirit, it's most like Dredge, but Japanese and in first person.
I looked away for seconds, and then I looked up, and you are just already playing the game. This happened extremely quickly.
What is wrong with your face? There is a lot of jank about Umigari, that's going to be inescapable. It certainly has the vibe of something one or two dudes hurriedly smashed together out of Unity store assets because they wanted to submit it to the Dread X collection, but I found it weirdly absorbing. Well, this might be less cozy just because I have to use spears.
Just stuck under your boat?
Yeah, I think I've lost... That fish has been lost to physics, I'm afraid. You're a fish. Wait, you're my fish. What are you doing there? The GUI looks like crap, and the physics janked up more than a few times, but that didn't stop me getting a cathartic thrill from successfully nailing an innocent fish right between the eyes and hearing its disquieting human-like scream. I just got eaten by a giant Sadako fish. I swear that one made a noise like an anime girl being molested. It's an effective dual gameplay system. You spend some time catching fish and meditating until you've caught enough, and then engage with the horror narrative side of things, exploring weird environments and solving little puzzles.
Yeah, I don't like this island whatsoever.
There. Mind if I steal all your fish? What? Yeah, that was definitely a anime girl squealing. It's scrappy, it's janky, it's amateurish, but Moby my dick if it doesn't kind of work somehow. I was only disappointed that the game lets you cheap out and fast travel everywhere. Felt like that was missing the whole point of Dredge, that having to slowly get from place to place dodging hostile girl heads while making sure not to stray too far from safety without enough fuel to get back is what builds the whole atmosphere of the game and creates a sense of a huge hostile world. Wake up! Hey, weren't you in Silent Hill F? Oh, hey, who invited you? Fine, but you better put out. What do you want?
Whoa.
Well, thank God for that. Hey! This one's wearing a schoolgirl uniform. So, a bit lacking in cohesion, but I appreciate that somehow a Japanese game about being stuck in the middle of the ocean still managed to crowbar in miniskirt wearing schoolgirls. Our next game is Creature Kitchen, a game that lured me into playing it with its Steam page's usage of the phrase cozy creepy. And it's funny how that sounds incongruous, and yet at the same time, we have a pretty good idea of what it's talking about.
Oh, I missed it. Was it Turn on Torch?
Yeah, turn on flashlight. Torch, as you British people say. Okay, a genuine retro game from this era would never have this many plant assets. Just saying. First of all, it's doing the retro fake CRT television look, right down to the forced 4x3 resolution, which never fails to be simultaneously nostalgic and unnerving in a liminal space kind of way. And then we get to the actual premise of the game, which is that you're cooking a variety of recipes with your magic oven to make friends with all the forest creatures, and you happen to live in the cabin from the Evil Dead movies. Okay, I found a key. Everyone relax. Keep them fed and you should have nothing to worry about. Oh dear. I'm starting to think I should probably be worrying about it. You do need a recipe for pancakes, but the recipe is more complicated than that. Pancakes with just flour and water? What is this, Eastern Europe? So it's a first-person 32-bit game where you've got your kitchen full of ingredients, you've got your recipe book, you've got hints on where and how to summon the forest animals, and a house full of locked doors whose secrets you will gradually unpick as you progress. And how you progress is by cooking the specific recipes that each animal friend wants to eat, after which they will give you a key to open another part of your house and grant access to new ingredients. I think something might have gone wrong with reality. Here is a potato to appease the gods. Please enjoy my potato.
Or bread.
Boy, I'm not going in there again. I thought from the premise alone it was going to be some Wanderstop-esque cozy affair where we chill, cook things, and decide which woodland creatures we want to pursue romances with, but it's actually a pretty linear puzzle game. We befriend the crow to unlock the ability to befriend the raccoon, to unlock befriending the mouse, etc. Wants 3 snacks with cheese.
Of course.
Tomatoes, maple syrup. Don't keep your maple syrup next to your cleaning products. Bread, oven, clothes. What? And you know, I find the game weirdly compelling. You can only hold one item at a time, and gathering everything into the oven, chopping and mixing the ingredients that need it, is an interesting enough task loop, and combined with the slow rollout of unlocks and discoveries, it keeps the brain quite engaged. Get in! Get in there! Well, they're treating like cutting up bread like it's a Resident Evil set piece.
Ooh.
What? I just have 2 lingering questions that bug me. Firstly, why does the camera have to be a separate item and not something we just permanently have, requiring us to go back and get it every time we want to take a picture of a new animal? And secondly, why does throwing a slice of bread into the magic oven beget toast, but throwing 2 slices of bread begets a plate of hideous green slime and fish heads? I'll leave you to ruminate on that as we move on to our last game, Relooted, another game that I was drawn to by the use of a single word in the description, in this case, heist. I do love a good heist, and there are so few games that make the most of the heist mindset.
I'll have to go through the window again.
Every other line this character's had, it started with, Oh, Jesus, I'm parkouring. I'm holding on for dear life.
But I got a dog.
So you do. The premise of Relooted is that we are a team of African parkour super thieves based out of a futuristic Wakanda-esque South Africa, and we have taken it upon ourselves to steal back African treasures from their current existence being gawped at by people in the museums of first world nations in order to restore their rightful place in some different museums being gawped at by the correct people. Oh dear, nobody tell Fox News about this game. Probably best not to dwell.
If you think stealing from other cultures is bad, give me a high five. Okay, that counts. Oh, she's leaving. Maybe she agrees with it. She is British.
South Africa? That's bad Africa.
Why would our
grandmother, a retired history professor.
It's all a bit clunky as exposition goes. Our grandmother, who, as you know, is a retired history professor, I was a little concerned early on when the game seemed to be less about heist planning and more about basic platforming and blindingly fast parkour along pre-planned routes in which I could only hold on for dear life as my character pursued some bizarre personal grudge against sheet glass. Parkour, parkour, parkour. Oh, a friendly white man.
I don't know. He might be a secret colonizer.
Well, he does have an Africa medallion.
He's also wearing a blazer and a jumper and a shirt. I don't know. He might be secret prick.
Well, he's very, very cold in South Africa. But as we went on, things got a bit more appealingly heisty. It starts doing the teardown thing, where you've got your objectives, but the moment you grab the first one, the alarm's going to go off and you're going to have to book it through the rest of the objectives and then the exit. So before you grab it, you need to check over the level, case the joint, plan your route, get your ducks in a row, and this kind of shit is my jam. Oh, I see. He's the Trojan horse white man.
The task?
Bitch.
Reverse psychology.
Who among us is most dressed like a protagonist, bitch? Yeah, fuck Windows. Windows are the tool of the oppressor. I'd say the combination of careful methodical planning and the super fast, super floaty parkour creates a bit of a lurching gear shift, and the game takes too long establishing things and awkwardly setting up plot and characters I didn't care much about.
Zero, $5. Yachts, where's Toffee? Or is he locked behind a higher tier subscription we haven't bought yet?
Christ.
People call out, fuck.
Oh, the things people spend money on. Has he still got a bleb? He's got a little bleb.
Oof.
Fuck glass.
There's so much glass.
Fuck glass. Fuck that glass and that glass.
Why are there glass panes on those vents?
By the time the game finally introduced the mission hub and the spy drone mechanic for more efficient joint casing, my hour with the game was up. Although that's more a problem with the just play the first hour format than the game, so never mind. I think I'd like to play more of this one, and not just because of white guilt. Everything in On Second Wind is proudly non-AI generated.
Beep boop bop boop.
I've been recognised before at that Whole Foods. In fact, I was recognised by the clerk as I was buying something. Actually, it was a little bit embarrassing. It was right after he asked me if I wanted to donate to charity. And I said no, because I don't want to be part of Bezos' fucking taxpayer dodge. And right afterward they said, wait a minute, are you Yahtzee Crowshaw? And I'm like, was it the fact that I didn't want to give to charity gave away the fact that I was Yahtzee Crowshaw?
Sarah, $5. Thank you so much. Says, Yance, I bought all of the Adventurers Night plushies to make my fan fiction come true. Hope you enjoy my money.
Oh, glad someone's buying those.
Just existing gives it a $5. And it says, sorry for all the $2 ones. Love you guys. And Ludo, have a great day. You too, bud. Hey, Tucker Labs, $20. Thank you so much. Says, heck yeah. Get those puppers some treats. My obese dog, old dog demands it.